Pick an egg. Stewie.
It's the camera. Ew.
Ew, not in there. In my egg basket. I'm bobbing for eggs. Oh my gosh, you're just making a mess. No! Hey farm fan! Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. Sorry, Trigger. Welcome to today's video. So we are doing another Amazon favorites video because I've done these for the past 2 years in 2020 and 2021, and now this is 2022. I need to show you guys my latest Amazon favorites. I love doing these videos because I love watching these videos. These Amazon favorites of mine are kind of like hacks for me as well, because a lot of things that I get on Amazon are not like things that I can usually get at like my local feed stores. So they're just different things that I like to use around the farm and for all of my pets. So if you guys have pets or are just interested in watching Amazon videos like I am, then stick around for this video. If you guys are excited for today's video, make sure you go and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of these videos, and of course, have a chance for my post notification shout out. All right, you guys, let's get into my first Amazon favorite. First Amazon favorite, because lately you guys have been asking where I get my fly masks, because my horses will be wearing them in my videos, and they are different than like a typical fly mask. What I mean by different than a typical fly mask is this is the type of fly mask that I'm used to, and I'm sure a lot of equestrians are used to. It's something like this that either has like a hole for the ears, or it'll have little ear attachments, but they're typically like a mesh that are Velcroed like this. But my horses are literally Houdinis, and they can get these off, and they will be in my pasture forever, and they don't do any good in the pasture when they're not on the horses. So I needed to look for an alternative. That's when I found this. So we are going to be using this on Trigger, because as you can see, without a fly mask, right here the flies get in his eyes and they make his eyes water. Anyways, I really like this one because it form fits basically to the horse's head. It has the ear holes and they're mesh as well. The eyes are obviously mesh as well, but there's no Velcros. So it sticks onto their head, and I don't know, it's like, not like elastic, but I don't know, it's not cotton, and it's stretchy, so it can fit a lot of different horse sizes. This is how simple it is to put it on, and they do come in a couple of sizes. This one right here has an M for medium. So I did have a bigger size, which we also have, which are large, but I felt they were a little bit loose on the horses, so I started to get these ones, and then I can also get small for Dinky. So they just go like this. The horses don't mind at all. You stick their ears in, and they create like this really nice fit onto the horse's head. There we go. And the best part about it is they're so affordable. If my memory is correct, which it'll be linked in the description down below, all of these Amazon products are gonna be listed in the description down below. But if my memory serves me correct, like I was saying, these are only like $13. We have spent so much money on fly masks over the years for the horses just to lose them in the pasture. But these ones stay snug on their face all day long. So this is my first Amazon favorite that I've been totally using, and we will continue to use and repurchase all throughout 2022. Now let's get on to the second one. My second Amazon favorite, I'm out here in the pasture. I'm right by Blaze, guys. I just need you to observe all of them back here. They are just so funny, all coexisting. Dinky and her goats, and Louie.
And cat.
Oh, and a cat. And Blaze. Anyways, so my second Amazon favorite we've just gotten into, because this guy right here just got shoes on, and he literally within the first 2, maybe 3 weeks of him having the shoes, had through 2 shoes. And if you have horses, or if your horse has shoes, you know how expensive, which we have just become into the world of knowing how expensive shoes on a horse are, because all my horses are barefoot except him. And now we have entered the world of needing bell boots. Now these bell boots are rubber, so you wouldn't use these to ride in like riding bell boots, but these are just so that he doesn't throw shoes out in the pasture. So they just go on the horse's hoof like this basically, and they're super easy to attach. They're just Velcro like this, and they are rubber. So they just sit there, and they're super easy just to take on and off. It's no big deal. I advise when you do this, don't stand in front of the horse like I am, because horses will tend to, like, not, let's call it strike, because it's not out of meanness, but basically strike with their leg and hit you. So I do advise when you put these on to just go to the side. I I have experienced this with Cash many times when he has knocked me in the head from standing in front of him putting bell boots on. So they help so that he doesn't throw shoes, and what I've also been loving about these is so he wears them during the day because he's out in the pasture, but then at night we put them on June, specifically just her one hoof, because as you guys know, she cut her hoof right by her coronary band, so it is a pretty rough spot right there, and we really desperately need it to heal. But throughout the night she messes with it, either it's itchy or it's just a healing area, and she just keeps messing with it and she will reopen it. So since we got these for Blaze, we started to put these on her at night, and it's been drastically helping her not mess with her cut. So these have been multi-purpose. I highly advise getting these, even maybe if your horse doesn't have shoes, for things like that maybe. And they were really affordable, and I got them here in like 2 days, and that is like perfect for me. I didn't need to try to find a tack store that carried these ones, and I was able to get it right away because I needed them since he just kept throwing shoes. So yeah, that is why this is my second Amazon favorite. So my next Amazon favorite, as the chickens are joining us in on this conversation, which you guys love this one too. It's my treat little jar, and I always fill it up with new treats. Excuse me. So why I love this jar compared to other ones is because of the push lid. So we just pop it off, and it keeps them literally airtight so they don't ever go bad. I'm not sure if treats go bad, but these haven't gone bad. And I always just refill it, and it's so easy for me to get them treats because if I easily need to just push on it to grab a treat really quick, it's so simple. My next Amazon favorite is pretty universal if you have pets or don't have pets, but this one particularly for me and the functions of this works really great if you have pets or need it outside. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. It's a motion camera, so you can see if there's like so you could see if anybody was coming onto your property, your home, or anything like that. But this is the Real Link camera. So we have searched for so many different cameras for our property because the Wi-Fi in our house is already pretty terrible where we live, and there is absolutely no way we would ever be able to get the Wi-Fi in this barn to even be remotely good. So I needed to find a camera that worked off of something that wasn't Wi-Fi and also not like hardwired, because I didn't want hardwired cameras like hanging on my tree over by Stewie and Mr. Pig's barn. So with these though, they basically mount wherever you need them to, and they're solar powered. So we have so many of these. So this is a little solar power unit, and it just hooks to the back of here. And this is the actual camera. So what's really cool about this camera, it runs off a 4G SIM card plan. So you just put the SIM card in here, and that's basically how it works without Wi-Fi or being like hardwired to like an internet connection. And then also what's really cool is it, like, let's say the word is oscillates, it goes 360 degrees, and then also if you see, this is like the camera, it goes like this, and then it'll turn, but it's not letting me turn it obviously because it's not on, but it goes this way all the way around. It's actually like maybe 350 degrees, but still. And then this goes everywhere. So in the barn, like I can move it all around to see like specifically, and maybe into like towards Trigger stall or just the whole alleyway towards the other horses. But really convenient, and they're like waterproof, so they're outdoor cameras, so they can go outside. So these cameras are like the only cameras that have worked for our situation. So this is definitely a favorite going into 2022, and I can't wait to show you guys a video of like what happens in this barn at night. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see that video. So my next Amazon favorite is like, let's say Febreeze for like the barn or your patio, or Febreeze for where you don't want flies, mosquitoes, insects, bugs like that. Yes, you want this? Well, you can't have this. Sorry. So basically this is Febreeze, like I said, for my barn, and it's by Country Vet, and it looks like this. It literally looks like a Febreeze. Like when I say Febreeze, like it's like those ones that are in bathrooms and they like every 5 minutes or something like that, like puff out a smell. Well, in this case, this puffs out this fly spray. So you just push this button. Mine's really dirty because we obviously use it. It sits in the barn, collects some dust. Quit it, you can't have it. And in right here is where you put the replacement cartridge, like so. And obviously it has like a little tip right there, so that's what's pushing it out. And then you can set it here for how much you actually want it to push out. Obviously mine's set on like the not as heavy push out, I guess, so it's saving the spray, because if you put it on like the high setting, it'll push more out. And then also you just set it for like the 15 seconds mark, like that. So every 15 seconds it puffs out a spray, and there's little hanger holes where you can just hang it up or just place it down. We just place ours up in like the ceiling of the barn, if that makes sense. And basically it just puffs out this spray. I will say the reviews say that it covers like a lot more area than I think it does. So we have a bunch of these in the barn and it's not overpowering or anything like that. And I think it really does help the fly control even in the slightest. All right, you guys, so our final one outside, I'm going into the chicken coop. You guys, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you guys will know I talk about these all the time, but I can't not include them in an Amazon favorites because year after year, they're always my favorite when it comes to chickens. And that's like my #1 product of chickens that I keep buying off of Amazon. So let's go into the chicken coop so I can show you. So the Amazon favorite is my nesting box liners. So as you can see, they look like this, but I'll show you what they look like not inside the nesting box. This is what the nesting box liner looks like not inside of the box, and the back almost has like this parchment paper on the back of it so that it keeps its form, and it's really easy to put in the nesting box. And then also when you need to replace them, take the nesting box out and it just keeps the form. So I always have these on hand. I'm actually like on the subscription service for these. They send me these probably like every 6 weeks or something like that. So we heavily rely on these keeping our nest box as clean as they possibly can. And I think the chickens really like laying in these because it's like kind of soft and there's structure behind it so they don't ever get to like bear out through it to like the bottom of the box, if that makes sense. So while we're here, might as well just collect some eggs really quick. And I want to show you how nice the liners look when I take the eggs out. So let's just get these eggs out. Moosey, are you watching us take the eggs out? You want some eggs? All right. So as he's spectating, we will do this. So I'm taking out all of these eggs, and as you can see behind how nice and neat the liner still is. So it works really great. And then even this one, my chickens only like to obviously lay in 2 boxes right now. And it just keeps it so nice, and the eggs stay like really clean. So there's like hardly, literally like no like poop on the eggs. And the poop on the eggs comes from when like chickens have dirty feet or like dirty nest boxes and they step on them, but they're really clean looking. Okay, so before we go inside to do the rest of my Amazon favorites, I just want to give the pigs some eggs. Have an egg.
Ew.
You need Stewie to crack it for you? Look.
I don't have it.
Ew, egg mouth.
I don't have it. I don't have it.
Pick an egg. Stewie.
It's the camera. Ew.
Ew, not in there. Where's my egg basket? I'm bobbing for eggs. Oh my gosh, you're just making a mess. No! Now I need to clean my egg basket. All right, you guys. Well, let's go ahead and get inside and finish up these Amazon favorites while they love their eggs. So my next Amazon favorite is this baby gate. We've had this baby gate for a while, but we decided that when we had the cats and we wanted to put the cats food and water in this hallway, we wanted to make sure that the dogs didn't eat it because the dogs would eat it. So the cats aren't inside anymore, but we still like to have this baby gate because we like to just like separate the animals sometimes if they're getting a little crazy. But what's really cool about this baby gate, which is interesting, there's a cat door. It's super cute, but my cats hardly use it because they've learned that they can just jump over the gate. So I'm not sure the cat door is like really needed unless your cat doesn't want to jump over it, but they can clear this no problem. But this gate is really useful because it can go inward or it can go outward. There's even a little like stopper so that you can make it only go like a certain way, if that makes sense. So now I can't push it forward, but I can push it towards me. And then of course the cat door, which is cool. Like I said, my cats can get over it, but still, maybe if you had a different small animal or something like that and they couldn't, you can either leave the door open like this way, you can close it and there's a little latch, you can open it like this. And then the concept is that the cats just walk through while the other animals or whatever needs to stay behind this gate is behind the gate. And it just fits right between the doorway. It's super simple, super affordable. There's even like extension pieces if your doorway is wider than mine. This one's like the standard one and it kind of fits to most of them, and there's more extension pieces that come with it. So this has been a game changer in the house for separating the dogs. So for this next Amazon favorite, you guys might not agree with it because there was a time when I didn't agree with it, but I'm totally fine with it because I'll tell you why. So these are shock mats, and what they do is they prohibit your animals from going on your couch. For years, my animals have been allowed on my couch, so it's been a really big learning curve telling them that they can't go on this couch. So we searched on Amazon, very common thing, and we got shock mats. So what the shock mats do is literally what they say, but I will say, I think that they provide a shock, as in like mentally rather than like physically, because Mike and I have both touched them before and they do not hurt. They just like shock you. They're just like, oh my gosh, what did I just step on, or what did I just touch? So that's what it does in essence to the dogs, is that same concept, or the cats even. And if they just see the mats on the couch, they know not even to go on it. So they don't need to get shocked all the time. So don't think that the animals are constantly getting shocked. The dogs are really smart and they pick up on it right away. Even the cats know, don't walk on the white. They'll still walk on this couch, they just won't walk on the white of the shock mats. So they're this long, they're pretty long. So we actually have 3 of them. But as you can see, this is how it works. And they actually have to have like a full paw on them. If you just touch one, like it's not gonna do anything. You have to like be covering a couple of them and it just like zaps you, if that makes sense. So this is another one that we have. We actually have 3, so it covers our entire couch. And if they're on them, the dogs don't go near it. So it works out really good. So if you're trying to train your animals not to go on the couch or a piece of furniture, I definitely recommend investing in these. They really do not hurt, I promise. And also what you can do is, I believe you can just do like a tone or something like that. Maybe it's just like a beep. So we don't even need to like put the shock anymore. We don't, like we keep it off. Most of these don't even have batteries in them anymore, but they just sit on my couch, and if the dog technically did jump on them, nothing would even happen. Don't tell them I said that, but nothing would even happen because they're not even on anymore. But the concept is now there for them, so they don't go on this couch anymore. So for my next Amazon favorite, I believe I did this in like my first Amazon favorite, but I need to bring it up again because it's obviously one of my favorites and we keep using them because I just rebought. So a subscriber actually got me onto these because they sent me them, and since then we've used them, and we've got Penelope one. But where I'm going with this are slow feeders for your dog. So I just bought a new one, that's why I wanted to include this in this video. So this is one that we use for Lexi. It's pretty dirty now. Daisy has this same exact purple one, so I needed to get her a new one because that one's getting pretty raggedy as well. But Daisy and Lexi use these because they both are really fast eaters, so this just helps slow them down. And also with Penelope's, we got hers for like enrichment because she's a pig, and when she's eating, I just like to make, I guess, feeding her a little bit more work, but it provides their brain some like mental stimuli, which they also say for the dogs as well. So we really like using these, and what works out really well is when Lexi and Daisy eat these, they finish at the same time that Miley and Bama eat out of regular bowls. So I really like using these, like I showed you with Lexi's. This one's just like a swirl. And then the new one that we just got, which we've actually already had, has like this like flowery design, but there's so many different designs that you can get. Penelope's is like an octagon or something like that. Pretty cool, but these will always be my favorite because they're so convenient from Amazon. They're really nice quality, and I really like the concept of them. All right, you guys, so those are all of my 2022 favorites that I plan on using all throughout this year. So I like to use all of those, and I always like to find new ones that will help me around the farm on Amazon because it's convenient. And they always have some really cool stuff. So if you guys use anything in your household for pets, or even just your household, let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Amazon products are so I can check them out, or if you think that I need to try them. If you guys like today's video, if you guys like seeing all of my 2022 Amazon favorites, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of these videos. And of course, if I chance my post notifications shout out, today's shout out goes to... Alright, you guys, I'll see you in the next one.